Have you ever wondered why two colleagues, earning identical paychecks, can end up in such different places after a decade? One still grinding away at work, while the other has already embraced early retirement, living life on their terms? The answer rarely lies in luck or some mysterious windfall inheritance. Instead, it stems from a simple concept that high school math classes skip. Money can multiply itself if you consistently nurture it and give it time to grow. Once you grasp this principle, your paycheck transforms from a stack of bills to be spent into a seed for a future you control. Picture your usual payday routine. Your salary hits your checking account. You cover rent and utilities, and whatever's left trickles into a savings account earning a meager 2% annually. You pack lunches, resist impulse purchases, skip lavish vacations, yet your bank balance barely budges. Then, one day, you reconnect with an old classmate who started with the same entry-level salary, but now splits their year between routine office work and leisurely months sipping coffee at sunny cafes abroad. Over a casual chat, you ask the question everyone secretly wonders: how did you pull so far ahead on the same income? With a smile, she jots down a simple formula on a napkin: 72 divided by the rate of return. She explains that dividing 72 by an investment's annual return reveals how many years it takes for your money to double. Savings languishing at 2% take 36 years to double, but money growing at 8% doubles in just 9. In that moment, you spot the hidden leak. The so-called safe plan has trapped your money in a slow-motion cage while higher-yielding dollars race ahead. Redirecting your paycheck's path is simpler than memorizing that formula. Instead of letting leftovers idle at 2%, automate splitting them into 3 channels. First, consider a broad market index fund, the low-cost kind that holds thousands of companies and rides the economy's growth over decades. Second, try a dividend-paying ETF that delivers small cash payouts 4 times a year, automatically reinvesting them for you. Third, explore a real estate investment trust, REIT, letting you own fractions of apartment complexes or warehouses without saving up for a massive down payment. None of these options are obscure or complex. Historically, they've averaged around 8% returns over long periods, meaning your money could double every 9 years instead of every 36. Let's crunch some real numbers. Suppose you carve out $200 per paycheck, roughly the cost of 2 streaming subscriptions, an annual phone upgrade, and a few food deliveries. Investing $200 every 2 weeks, about $5,000 a year, at an 8% blended return, your initial dollars double in 9 years. With steady contributions, your total could hit 6 figures by your early 40s, even if your salary stays flat. Keep at it, and the magic of compounding bends those modest deposits into a trajectory approaching $500,000 by your 50s. The spreadsheet starts dull, but soon curves upward like a skateboard ramp, gaining momentum. Markets will always have ups and downs. Since World War II, every drop of 10% or more has eventually climbed to new highs. Panic selling during dips costs far more than riding out the turbulence. An automated investment schedule buys more shares when prices are low and fewer when they're high, naturally balancing your costs without guesswork. If scary headlines rattle you, remember that missing the market's best rebound days can shrink life-changing returns to merely average ones. High-interest debt is the one predator that can derail this entire plan. A credit card charging 19% will devour an 8% investment's gains. List your debts from highest to lowest interest rate. Maintain minimum payments on all, but throw everything extra at the most expensive one until it's gone. Side hustles, weekend deliveries, tutoring, or simple freelance gigs can accelerate the payoff timeline. Once a debt is cleared, redirect that payment straight into your investment plan. Your monthly budget won't feel the shift, but your net worth will soar. Before funneling money into investments, build a small emergency fund covering 1 month of essential bills. Stash it in a separate high-yield account, safe from grocery-run temptations. As your income grows, expand this cushion to 3 months. This buffer ensures you won't sell valuable assets to fix a car or a cracked tooth, letting compounding work uninterrupted. Establish small payday rituals. Every quarter, glance at your automated transfers to confirm they're flowing. Check the dividend reinvestment line to see new shares piling up. Each year, on the anniversary of your first transfer, bump up your contribution rate by 1 to 2% to match any work raises. These tiny tweaks outweigh flashy trading strategies because compounding thrives on consistency, not cleverness. The first year of this routine might feel underwhelming, perhaps yielding just a few $1,000s. But the foundation is set. Your money now has purpose, shield emergencies, erase debt, and fuel growth. After 12 months, crossing the $10,000 mark feels less like a distant fantasy and more like the first milestone on a longer journey. When markets dip, you'll see bargain days instead of doom and gloom headlines because you're a steady buyer, not a nervous speculator. Anyone with any paycheck can power this engine. Pick a fixed percentage, 10%, 15%, or even 20%, and route it to investments before spending a dime on groceries. Tackle high-interest debt first. Every percentage point of interest saved adds to your future returns. Maintain your emergency fund, reinvest dividends, review occasionally, increase contributions regularly, and keep the long-term view. Just $40 a week from your 20s can surpass $90,000 in 20 years. Boost that contribution with every raise, and the total skyrockets. Anchor your goal to freedom, not extravagance. Aim for dividends to cover rent by 40 or for investments to make work optional a decade early. When impulse spending tempts you, recall that every unnecessary expense delays the doubling clocks scribbled on that napkin. Markets might crash tomorrow or rally, but both scenarios work in your favor if you stick to the plan. Crashes let you buy cheap, rallies lift your existing shares. Time is the one ingredient you can't buy later. Waiting until you feel ready just hands the power of compounding to someone else. Start tonight by logging into your payroll portal and directing a slice of income to a brokerage account. Pick a broad index fund and a dividend ETF, flip the reinvest switch, and jot down a 3-line mantra. Invest first, crush debt, trust time. Stick it where you'll see it daily. Your salary will still cover groceries and rent, but now every deposit plants seeds that sprout repeatedly. The numbers won't scream success overnight. Yet a decade from now, your statements will reveal the moment your paycheck stopped being just income and became capital that multiplies. The math is open, the tools are free, and the clock is ticking. Let it tick for you. If you have an action plan, share it in the comments to inspire others. If you found this helpful, hit the like button and follow for more content like this in the future. See you soon.